So this is a slightly different poppy. This involves some treble crochet and some slip stitches. We started off in exactly the same way as the previous one. So we did a chain of 5 stitches, joined them into the round. We then double crocheted a total of 12 stitches into the middle of the ring, and then we have double crocheted in red 2 stitches into each stitch. So we've now got 24 red stitches that we're going to work with. So again, I joined that first round into a loop with a slip stitch, and then I've gone a chain of 2 upwards. I'm now going to do a treble crochet into the next stitch. So treble crochet, you start by first wrapping your yarn around the hook. We then go into the next stitch, we pick up the loop, we wrap around and come back through 2 stitches, wrap around and come back through 2 stitches. So I'm going to do that again. We're going to do now we need 2 treble crochets into this stitch. So wrap the yarn around, through the stitch, pick up the yarn and pull back. We wrap the yarn around and go through the first 2 stitches on the hook. Wrap the yarn around and go through the second 2 stitches on the hook. So that is a chain of 2 and now 2 treble crochets into the first stitch. We're going to do 2 treble crochets into the next stitch as well. So yarn around and through, and we pull through 2 stitches on the hook each time. So remember to wrap the yarn around before you start, and then you go through, and we are pulling through 2 stitches on the hook. So I'm going to do 2 treble crochets into the next 4 stitches. This sort of makes the petal. This poppy does have quite a different look to it, but you'll see it appear quite quickly. Okay, that's one, and I need another one. Great. So in total, we've done 8 treble crochet stitches into 1, 2, 3, 4 initial stitches. We're then going to do a double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So that's not 2, there's just 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So to do the double crochet, we just go straight through. We're not wrapping the yarn around. We pull the yarn back and through 2 stitches. And then we're going to go into the next stitch along here, another double crochet. And then we go back to the treble crochets. And again, we're going to do 2 in each stitch. So into the next stitch, I'm doing 2 treble crochets. 1, 2. And then so this is the second stitch. 1, 2. And the third stitch. 1, 2. The fourth stitch. 1, 2. Okay. And then we're back to the double crochets. So then we go into the next 2 stitches. We do just 1 double crochet stitch into each of the next 2 stitches. You get the idea. And then we go back to the treble crochets, and I'll start this when we get back to the beginning. So I've now done 4 sets of 8 treble crochets and then the double crochets either side. So we finish up, we've just done another set of 8 treble crochets. We've done 1 double crochet, and then we don't need to do another one because this little chain of 2 stitches which started the round counts as a double crochet. So we're going to go into that and just do a slip stitch again to close up the round, and that has done the first pass, and you can start to see that these little petals are coming out, they're sticking out a bit more. What we're going to do now to just enhance it a bit more is we start with 8 double crochets into the top of the trebles. So that's 1, 2, 3. So these are going into the top of the treble crochet stitches. 5, 6, 7 and 8. And then over the top of the double crochet stitches, which are where the dips come in, we're just going to do a slip stitch because we don't want to bring those up anymore. So we're going to go into the next one and just slip. So we pull that through and pull it through again. And we're going to this one and just pull it through, sorry, without looping it round, and then pull it through again, the hook. And then we go back to double crochet. So go into this is 1, 2, 3. So what this is doing is making the petals stand out a bit more, and the gaps between the petals will be slightly deeper. How many is that, Emily? I've forgotten to count.
I haven't either, so
No.
I don't know.
Oh dear. Emily's doing fabulous work on the camera here, but not so great on the counting. Don't worry, I think that's 8. And then we'll go, okay, we'll do a couple of stitches, slip stitches. So we pull it through and pull it through. And we're going to this one and pull the thread through and through. Okay, you get the idea. And then we'll go back to double crochet. So you end up with here are the petals that we've enhanced. We're going out and out. So we get a slightly flatter and bigger looking poppy this way. I'll show it to you when it's finished. So here we have the finished poppy, and you'll see how we've got some petals coming out and around, and this is made up of the triple crochet stitches with the double crochet over the top, and then the dips are because we had double crochets and then just slip stitched over the top of those. So that's your finished poppy. You've got 2 yarn tails in red to sew in as before, so just use a needle and sew those through, and leave the black yarn tails loose, and we can use those to tie them onto the railings.